Bonjour, bonsoir, wherever you are. I hope this video finds you well. A few Sundays ago, I took my bike and my trusty camera to go and visit the RER Line E new extension to the town of Nanterre, west of Paris. I had planned to film it as my first vlog-style video, but 5 minutes after I left, the camera's audio malfunctioned and nothing after that was recorded. I went back a few days later, after work, for reshoots of the vlogging parts. Right, we're finally going to be able to take the freaking RER E. We waited a week to do it, and we're going to be able to finally visit the stations. But the experience was very different. Eventually I thought, why not both? And decided to use as much as I can to show the most of my visit. So here goes. I hope you enjoy my first failed attempt at vlogging, and please bear with me as I try to figure out my own style. And we missed it, so now 18 minutes to wait. Alright, no need to run now. I begin the journey on my bike in Fontenay, where I currently live, and quickly make my way across town to the eastern RER station, Val de Fontenay. I pass the large bus station and reach the main entrance of this major regional transit hub. It's the first time in a month that I have to use the Paris transit system, so I actually have to buy a travel card. I do it for the views and nothing else. For this trip, I just need a one-day travel card that will be stored on a Navigo pass that can also be bought for €2. This will allow me to go in and out of the fare gate freely. My tickets are digital, but my receipts are paper tickets. If you want me to make a video on how to buy tickets or how to use the metro, yeah, I guess I could do it. Just ask in the comments. Val de Fontenay is home to two RER lines, Line A and Line E. They are not operated by the same company. They do not share the same information system, meaning there are two designs of screen to look at to find your next train. I need to get to the platforms of Line E, but they cannot be reached from the main entrance. More on that in a little bit. I have to use the platforms of Line A and then go up to Line E. You might be surprised I'm taking my bike with me, but on weekends and bank holidays, it is possible to take your bike everywhere on the RER network. You can use a special door with a dedicated card reader to get your bike through, at every fare gate. I should probably make a video on how to use the metro. I noticed there's also a ticket counter on the platform, which I can't say I've seen many of before. As mentioned, you connect to Line E's platform with these stairs, or if you're lazy like me, with the escalator hidden behind. The platforms for Line E are located between 4 lanes of a 70 km/h regional motorway called La Francilienne or La 86. You obviously can't hear it, but it is not a great atmosphere. And you thought only North Americans were capable of that. That is where we got in. There are plans to dig a path under the tracks of Line E at the north of the station, as well as 2 new entrances when Metro Lines 1 and 15 eventually terminate here in the 2030s. My train arrives and I spot the bike symbol, indicating dedicated space for my vehicle. An ample space for me. The train departs and I am truly beginning my journey to the west. We are currently here and we are going there to Nanterre. We'll be going through all these stations until reaching Haussmann Saint-Lazare, and I will have to change trains in order to continue west. These more recent trains have a very colorful interior and a seat layout that feels more like a mix between classic metro and intercity trains. There are maps above the doors and screens with lots of information. Even though the extension has been open for a few weeks at the time of filming, this map did not show the 3 new stations past the old terminus. The train arrives at Rosny-Bois-Perrier, to where Metro Line 11 has just been extended. I will visit soon. This RER station is located not too far from the entrance of a popular Westfield shopping centre, which explains the very North American-looking parking lot. I am now entering Paris proper and approaching Rosa Parks station. The RER now goes underground to reach Magenta, a station located under the massive Gare du Nord and the nearby Gare de l'Est. This is the end of the first part of the trip. I make it to Haussmann Saint-Lazare and get ready to connect with my next train, which is in 21 minutes. The exact amount of time I need to play around with my camera's many features, like slow motion escalators, slow motion walking, a shot of people entering a train at normal speed but from below, footage of logos, footage of LED screens, tracing lines with my fingers as if I knew what I was doing still 11 minutes to go. Attempt this kind of shot, and I'm pretty sure I say something like, I've always wanted to do this. I had time. Finally, the next westbound train arrives and I can be on my way to Nanterre, using the brand new tunnel that made this extension possible. Alright, quick history of RER Line E. Line E is to this day the last addition to the RER network and was opened in 1999. It was created to relieve RER Line A and Metro Line 1 of some of its passengers travelling on an east-west axis. A year prior, Metro Line 14 was opened between Madeleine and Bibliothèque François Mitterrand, already absorbing a portion of the traffic. The first section of RER Line E was opened from Haussmann Saint-Lazare to the towns of Chelles and Gournay, and the second to the town of Tournan in 2003. No extension until finally, in 2015, a station was added between Magenta and Porte in the then derelict train yard, now better known as Rosa Parks. 9 years later, in May 2024, the line opened its first extension to the west, probably the only one that matters, following the completion of an 8-kilometer tunnel under Paris, Neuilly and Courbevoie, the one I'm in right now. 3 new stations were created along the way: Neuilly Porte Maillot, La Défense and Nanterre La Folie. The full extension project is still going on and is set to be completed by 2026. A quick look at the new stations, but I will come back to these. For now, the train exits the tunnel and very slowly approaches the terminus, Nanterre La Folie. There is absolutely nothing to say about the platforms. It is the blandest, most utilitarian design you can find. The only eye-catching features are these arches and these mirrors. The elevators are located at the ends of the platform. They're not super spacious, but if you're on your own like I'm now, do not hesitate to use them. Just be kind and always prioritize other users. I reach the upper bridge and see people in uniform, Thankfully, the doors open on the opposite side and I can escape and visit the rest of the station. Not much to talk about, it's essentially a bridge over the tracks and two entrances facing each other. I would say this station's only redeeming quality is information and step-free access with 4 elevators. Even the standard fare gates are wide enough to let me pass alongside my bike. This extension has opened ahead of the full development of a part of Nanterre called Les Gros, a neighborhood northwest of La Défense. However, its location is critical to La Défense Arena, a Paris 2024 Olympic venue. La Défense is over there. This is like the very back of La Défense. And here I supposed to be, I'm not sure what, and there should be universities a little further down. So this station is supposed to be used by mostly students. This station should be pretty well used in the future, let's hope. I spot the bike parking spot on this side of the station. I'm a little bit disappointed, but not surprised at the fact that there's no secure bike parking, as was voted back in 2021. This law forces SNCF and RATP to provide a number of secure, protected bike parking in and around the station, proportional to their traffic. Well, there's a few outside racks here. I use the outside bridge to cross over to the other side, and I am happy to see the beginning of a protected cycle path. It says here this building will facilitate urban mobility, but there's still a 4-lane road at the feet of their home that they would need to cross in order to do anything. Wait, what? A cycle path? Also, bike parking, no sign of the protected ones, and they're looking much different than the ones on the other side. That's not much for an area that welcomes thousands of workers and even more residents. This avenue is basically 50% car, 30% pedestrians, and 20% cycles. Oh, I think I just found the secure spots. They were just hidden behind these gates. I don't know how I didn't see them before. Oh, and they're probably reserved to this company's employees? I don't know. Back to the RER station to get to our second visit, La Défense. I was really curious to try and see if I could use my travel card to go inside the toilets. I also wondered if my proofs of purchase would work as well. The toilets look almost over-designed compared to everything else in this station. There is color, curves, asymmetry, light, and no uniforms. And as any well-balanced adult, I played with the lasers to check which side of my hands would trigger them faster. It's always the light side. Thankfully for me, there's a button to exit, so I'll be fine. The good train is here. Back into the tunnel, and in 2 minutes, I'm already here. And what a difference! My eyes are bathed in light. There are curved lines, straight lines, shapes, volumes, wood, glass, earth, wind. The platforms are wide and the atmosphere is warm and relaxing. The upper bridge is equally ample and open, and the exits and connections are well indicated on each side. I exit the station and make my way to the top. To reach the Westfield Shopping Centre, another one, located inside the CNIT or CNIT. Yeah, I know, CNIT. I catch a glimpse of the Great Arch. Oh, if you like this video, you can like it if you want. Thank you very much. That would mean a lot. Thanks. I get myself an overpriced snack at the nearby indoor food court that doesn't serve coffee. These are actual hotel rooms. I hope I'm not wrong. I collect my snack with a flyer listing all the things I didn't want to eat and eventually find a coffee counter. I step away from what clearly looks like a Swedish crime movie set and reach the hall below the parvis. This hall connects all facilities and transit options in La Défense. This hub gathers tram line 2 and regional train lines L and U. Once again, information is distinct for each operator, RATP for the tram and SNCF for the train. Different fare gates too. They share the same area, but the platforms are clearly separated.
Are you gonna run?
Yeah. I will now walk all the way to the opposite side of this transit complex to the underground bus station.
Of course it's gonna.
RER Line E is also here, as well as the terminus for Metro Line 1. There's also another entrance to the CNIT, which will get us to Line E. So many letters. I easily spot Line E's color thanks to those very dark panels. Ah, these aren't finished yet. I ask for directions and a security guard sends me to the end of this hallway. I arrive in the wrong corridor and go back down again because I'm dumb like that. To be fair, the only sign was here and obviously I could not see it in my back. Anyway, I move on. Down the escalator, I admire the thumb, another escalator, admire the halls, turn right and arrive at the exit we didn't take the first time. The train is already here, so I run like an 8-year-old and jump in. For the last visit on this journey, I arrive at Porte Maillot, and the first thing that strikes me is the size of the platforms. They're small. I'm pretty sure I make a Space Mountain joke here. Once above the tracks, I walk down the halls and I'm happy to see a variety of designs and furniture. Kind of reminds me of the Centre Georges Pompidou. Pretty sure I say something about acquiring this here. I'm right below ground level and most of the light comes from the outside. Pretty sure I say something about wanting to get up there someday, but not having the time because the train is here. Back to Nanterre to get my bike. And for some reason, I had my coffee cup all this time. My bike's still here. Painted cycle lanes and a wide pedestrian bridge. go across the large avenue and dismount. I am at the entrance of Nanterre Prefecture, a Line A station. We basically come from here. We walked across this, now we're here. Yes, it's just a few meters away and there's no direct or underground connection between the two. Remember, 2 operators. I easily locate the elevator. My anxiety and dread of having to face someone with more needs than mine are in full power here. But that was unnecessary because there's a timer. Seriously? Anyway, I walked to the fare gates. No elevator after that. Escalators and stairs. This is fine. I think I've had enough of elevators for a lifetime. Train in 2 minutes. I'm done. Home. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, hit the like button. If you want to see more, just subscribe to the channel. See you soon.